6 or 7 things that I call my rules of thumb that I always cover every game I have in 3-man with whoever it is. Unless it's like me and somebody I work with 1,000 times, I cover these things every time. It's doubles down the line, I'm gonna stay. Punch, open, turn, read, not trouble, dropping down to the box. I cover open side, outfielder, which we talked about there. No, open side, which when you're in the middle and you have a fly ball here, it's gonna be your ball until he tells you it's his ball. Okay. Correct, remember we talked about that? I always cover that because that's not something everybody's used to. They think as long as the left fielder starts going that way, yeah. Talk about, say, second and third, you're here, fly ball to that side, where you one's in the middle. Now he's gonna have to go maybe to grass line because it's not a trouble ball where he's gonna go, but it's a trouble ball where he's gotta maybe get to the grass line and watch. I'm gonna double his touch because he can't line it up. So, or maybe it's a low liner, you know, something like that where he doesn't have time. I'm gonna double his touch. So although it's his responsibility, I'm gonna have a second set of eyes on it. I always talk about the situations where runner on second with 2 outs where he's gonna be back at first, double here, he's gonna take it on the outside. Do you remember when we talked about that? Yeah. And it doubles to center and right, U3 is gonna take it because he's keeping the bag between him and the play. Yep. But something to left, he could rim it on the outside, and yeah, I could just slide back down, yes. Okay. But here's the other one, and it's a really good question you have. If that scenario happens when there's nobody on base and he goes out, you've got to get all the way up to first base because any plays back in, like that. Yeah, get up on the outside, and any plays back into yours because he's going to be over on this side. He's not going to be able to get all the way over there when he goes out. So you need to get all the way up the first baseline as far as the play allows to get yourself in a good position. Like if you can get all the way up there, get on the outside, yeah. Thank you. Takes a while. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. Go deeper, go. Go, keep going, he's yours. Keep going, he's yours. Hey, if you tell Sam you're there, Sam's gonna push. If you tell Sam you're in, he's gonna push with that runner. Yeah. Just verbalize that. Right, Sam, you gotta push with him. He's got batter runner to second, right? You gotta push into third with that R1. All right, 2 other things I would notice. One, let's get up the first base line a little bit on these ground balls. You're kind of stopping like right around. Because I didn't know what on the 3-man was the call. It's okay. It's okay. Now we're going to get up we're going to take it all the way up the first base line. We talked about this in New Hampshire a couple weeks ago. Take it up the first base line. As far as the play allows, you're going to get set for the play. Remember, you have all runners lane interference. Okay. So I understand. Just be careful not to overstep on toes on balls that's not in your coverage area. You know, that's definitely a right center field ball. Even if you go from there, you're going to be looking through the center fielder's ass. So for you to go on that, ball, it's really, you're not going to get much of a better look than, you know what I mean? So even if you're trying to fill a hole, anything to right center field, when you're at third base, it's not really going to help anything. You know, you remember it's angle, distance, and time. You had time to go, but your angle and your distance, he was going away from you. You're not going to improve anything. You know what I mean? So really, let him umpire that play. You know, you have to be careful not to. I know you're trying to fill a hole, and that's one of the mainstays that we try to teach you. You know, help your partners fill a hole, be a good partner. But on that one, you know, you're working too hard. To that's just not something that we really want. Okay. I know why you're doing it, and I appreciate it. But you know, that one, that's just too much work. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Get out, ball. Good job, Jeff, rotating in. Your partner went out. That guy just made a nice over-the-shoulder catch. Jeff, really nice job picking up your partner early and getting out there really deep. That's a nice understanding of where you needed to be and what your next positioning was. Sometimes guys will come inside and try to pivot, and it'll be too close to first base, and now they're chasing that batter runner to second. You took a nice deep angle towards second base because you realize if that ball's down, that's probably going to be a triple, and you're chasing that kid to third base. That's a really nice job understanding the positioning of where you needed to go and what your next play was. And I thought you did a really nice job taking that deep angle towards second. Kind of like that you're making adjustments with the catcher. When the catcher slides out to the outside, you're making a really nice adjustment with him. You don't always have to. You know, if you feel like you're in an ideal position, you don't need to make that late adjustment. But if he's going to open up your look, that's a really nice job getting a late adjustment. And I say I like the fact that your hands on knees here, but then you're making that late adjustment. I do like that. At first, when we were talking about this yesterday in the cage, there was concern about you being heavy-handed on your hands, not being to make late adjustments. But seeing you here in a game, I'm comfortable with what you do. I like the fact that you're engaged right here. Your hands on knee engaged, but you're not set for the pitch. Now you're making the late adjustment. That's nice right there. You've been doing that consistently all game. I'm really comfortable with that. It's going to be a good one to talk about in the locker room. I think that's probably infield fly. I know it was right in front of him.
Can I call that?
You can grab it. In my opinion, I believe you can grab that. Okay. The whole crew is responsible for that. Okay. You know, and maybe it's something you guys could talk about between innings here. Yeah, I'm going to talk to you. And discuss why or why not. Mm-hmm. And we'll definitely grab that in our post game. But I'm of the ilk that's got to be grabbed. Yeah. You have the purpose of the infield fly is to protect the offense, for them not turning the double play. And right there, that's a situation where that ball could have, easily something funky could have happened. The shortstop did drift back at the end, but he was settled under it for so long that I felt like that infield fly was warranted. Yeah. Point of fair. You got a whole lot going on there. All right. The first thing is, let's get a punch fair first, and then that's above his waist, at his waist, just so you could come up with a nice easy out call like you did. That's fine. Just the first thing is, if you come off to the side nice and easy with the fair, now everything's happened. Everybody knows what's happened. I'm on mic here. Everybody knows what's happened there, so you can just punch it fair, and then it's going to be a nice, easy one like that. Right? Really nice job, though. How did you feel about the wedge? How did you like the spot? That was
finally the first time that I actually backed that correctly.
Yeah, and how did it feel?
It felt great.
It felt. Danny got it on tape. We'll be able to take a look at that. Okay. But it looked like you came out up into fair territory. You had the swipe, and you had a great look.
Had the best view I've probably had at that.
It was tremendous. That's exactly why we teach that and why we want you to get there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think sometimes it's that mindset of being afraid to come out away from the plate.
Right.
But when that's the play,
that's your spot.
That's the spot you got to go to.
Here we go, fly ball to right. Jeff, you read it. That's fine. That's great. Excellent. That's a situation, Jeff, where that right fielder's coming towards you down the line. You can verbally communicate to your partner that you're just going to take that fly ball because he's coming towards you. So when that ball comes up, if he's got his back to you because he's reading the fly ball as well, you decide that you want that fly ball, it's in your coverage area. I would really like to see you yell to your partner, Mike, I got this, and then take the fly ball. It was a simple can of corn, but the right fielder was pushing towards you, so you're going to get the better look there. Just verbally communicate with him that that's going to be your primary and you're going to take that. He's going to keep a second set of eyes on that, but you're going to get a communication there where it's unmistakable whose that is. Good. Make sure you stay with the glove, right? Go to the glove. Go back to the glove at the end. It was clean right on his chest, which is fine. Just make sure you bring your eyes back to the glove there. You didn't go back to the glove, did you? Okay. On that one, did you go back to the glove? You felt like you did? Okay. Yeah. No, you could do it with your eyes. I didn't see it with your head. That's and you have the glasses on. Just be cognizant. Make sure you get back to that glove. Make sure we have firm and secure possession. Great. Line. All right, once you recognize you don't have a fair foul anymore, you can come into that, but just hold that line a little longer there. I don't think there's a reason for you to come off the line right there. because you don't have a play. You're not getting set for a play. You're getting set for a catch there. And there is potential to be fair foul. Stay and hold that line and straddle that line. Finn, still, you need to come up stronger on the hit batters. Okay, he went out here, Finn, you got to come up. You've got touch at first base. Finn, you got to really realize that he's gone out, and you really need to bust butt up the first base line here and get the touch. If that ball falls and something happens and there's a play back in here, you're not here. You need to get up the first base line. You got to come all the way up here. All the way up. Well, what do we have? Runner on first base only? Nobody on base? Nobody on base. You got to go all the way up. Come all the way up. Once he's committed to second, go back down. All the way up as far as the play will allow. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to get on the bag, but you're going to come all the way up to the point. Sorry. You're going to come all the way up to the point where you have the touch there and recognize once he's committed to second, now you got to get back. Yes. And you're getting too far off the line. Okay, now we got a full rotation here. You have to go home, Joe. Very good. Plate guy comes up, clears that runner. Joe, you need to get all the way home. Once we have that rotation in play, and he's totally released to second base.
What's up, buddy?
You need to get home. Yeah, I think a lot of it, you're thinking of where I have to go, what do I have to do, and you could see it thinking. When you're here at first base before, all right, you were really deep to that first baseman. Do you remember how deep you were? Which I was okay with. But you also have to understand, we're only going to take 2 steps off the line here and get set. You had to take 9 steps to get to your spot. You know what I'm saying? So being that deep, it's going to be in trouble. On the very first ground ball to second base, you never saw the second baseman release the ball. You jogged into your spot, you got set, and by the time you got set to read him, the ball was already on its way. Do you remember that? The very first ground ball to second. Get to your spot, open up, read it, just like Chris was talking about yesterday. Get to the spot, read it, boom. Let the ball turn you. Read it that it's a true throw and get set.